Students, Business 101 students, we are entering into week 7. If you are up and online, today is 4/22, and we are looking at chapter 8, which is accounting. And when we are looking, let's see, last week we had some entrepreneurial things. They had 50 entrepreneurs share advice, so that was little snippets there. And talking a little bit about some of the things that entrepreneurs encounter. Now, with this accounting chapter, you'll start to learn about if you click on and you read through the chapter first, would be my suggestion, right? Oh, make sure, doubling back, make sure that you have your midterm turned in. If you haven't already, please do so if you haven't turned your midterm in. The next thing that we are going to be talking about, so hopefully the exam wasn't too stressful. And we're going to be looking at, there was a short video this week that will, regarding accounting, talking about assets equal liabilities and plus equity, right? But really what we're looking for in chapter 8, which is this week, we're talking about accounting. And when we're talking about accounting, we're talking about the different, basically accounting basics. And so when we're talking about some of those items, right, we're talking about the language of business. And so when you read through chapter 8 in the text, or you, and then you look through the PowerPoint and you watch, should be a short video there for you to watch. Just pulling the PowerPoint up. When you look at the PowerPoint accounting decision making by the numbers, this is really where we start to talk about stakeholders, and this whole system of analyzing, right? Who uses accounting? Stockholders, employees, managers. So as you're going through chapter 8, we start to talk about some of the other folks that use accounting, right? When we're talking about businesses, we're talking about creditors. They keep track of the numbers, suppliers, government agencies, all sorts of folks. Accounting really is this language of business, right? And so, thinking about financial accounting versus managerial, we're talking about financial accounting, we're talking about the generally accepted accounting principles, right? And this, when you take Accounting 111, which some of you may have me in this fall for that, we talk a lot about these accounting principles and this idea of how you build financial statements, right? And there are the 3 financial statements that we think about. We think about income statement, we think about statement of owner's equity or equity, and then we think about also balance sheet, right? And there are a few things when we're talking about generally accepted accounting principles, but one of the big things in the balance sheet is this idea of assets, liabilities, and owner's equity. So assets, again, are those things owned by the firm, right? Like this is an asset. This is an asset, technically. Whoops. A liability is something owned by somebody else, like a loan. And in the form of a claim that somebody else has, a loan or a note, something along those lines. Accounts payable, right? And then equity is what you have in the business as, so if your business is worth $100,000 and you owe people $50,000 and you have $100,000 worth of items, right? 50,000 are owned by the bank, 50,000 are equity then. And you have $100,000 worth of items. So revenue and expenses, talking a little bit about those items and money that's coming in, money that's going out, and then you come up with your net income in the end. And so when you're looking at the income statement, review the budgets and the idea of a budget. It's not the main focus of this chapter, though, just to give you a heads up for testing. But just review those forms of budget. And then also it's important, and you will see it as one of your homework questions, the comparison of financial and managerial accounting and how they work. Managerial is within the organization, right? Versus accounting that is basically for the books, for creditors, for stakeholders, for people on the outside, making things follow a certain guideline, those generally accepted accounting principles. Thinking about costs, right? Some of our costs, you have fixed costs, and some of your costs are variable, changing all the time, right? You might have a mortgage or rent that you pay that's the same every month. That's a fixed cost, whether you're at the house or not, right? So thinking about some of those costs. So have fun with chapter 8, and that will be this week. And then I have chapter 7 and chapter 8 homework tied together this week, and that will be due next Sunday. And so, as always, if you have questions for me, if you want to meet up with me on campus, you have my phone. You can shoot me a text, 814-490-6473, or you have C. Robertson at ec3pa.org. You can pop in and see me. I'm on campus most days. If you're interested in student government as an online student, we actually do a meeting tomorrow night. We will be having weekly meetings basically through the end of the semester on Tuesdays, 4 to 5, room 201. Room 201. Second floor at the West Campus. So I lead that, and Clarissa, some of you might know Clarissa. I'm pretty much there. If you want to pop in and be part of student government, we would love, love, love to have you as an online student, or just see what it's about. Right? Let me know. Have a great afternoon, and don't forget to turn in your midterm if you haven't done so already. And I will get back at you later in the week to check up on you. Have a wonderful day.